Hello everyone, this is Cody from the Rancor's Brothel. Are you looking for dice and other gaming accessories for your group? If so, check out our friends over at fanroll.com, where you can find unique dice and premium quality accessories for your table. And if you're looking for something really special, they do customization as well. Fans of the Rancor's Brothel can save 10% by using the promo code RB10 at checkout. That's R as in Rancors, B as in Brothel, 10. Not only can you get yourself some great dice at a discount, but you can support this podcast as well. So check out fanroll.com today and use promo code RB10 at checkout. Tell them the Rancor's Brothel sent you. Engage.
The Rancor's Brothel.
So from where we're at, are there exterior windows?
Where are you at?
We're on the third floor currently. We haven't moved anywhere yet.
The building is very simplistic. It's like, I don't have the exact orientation, but say the hallway runs north and south, right? Predominantly, you have stuff to your left and to your right. You're not going to have any windows because it's an interior wall. And then left and right are going to be your school and your library, for example. And then at the opposite end of the hallway is the elevator.
Right. So from the school and the library, are there windows facing out?
Correct. Once you get into those areas, you can see. And probably on this floor, it's damaged enough. Firefighters would have busted in. You probably are actually almost exposed to the elements here on the third floor.
Okay. So looking out, Can we see? I know that there was a storm that night.
Yes. And in fact, you can tell it's already rapidly getting dark.
Right.
And you could see snow on the wind coming down still.
Okay. I'm thinking giant rampaging through. Is there any sign of a trail of like trees knocked out of the way or anything?
Do you have anything that you want to use for that? Not as far as you can tell. No, it's actually mostly here. You're fairly coastal. It's mostly barren, like a little bit
mostly
of hills.
Barren.
Yeah, it's not massively forested within a half mile to a mile of this space.
Okay.
I don't know that it would be out of the realm of possibility for you to notice something with a military science roll land.
I'm not opposed to it.
I was looking to see if there was anything else that I could use.
It is more tundra-y here, though.
Mm-hmm.
It is not great white north forest.
I mean, I have alertness, but I don't know that really applies here.
You can roll alertness.
Pass.
You hear a soft thump. Boom, 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 boom. You almost feel it more than hear it. Boom, boom. Repetitive. Boom, 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 boom.
Coming from
below you. Boom, boom, boom.
I'll point it out to everyone else. What is that?
What are your alertness scores?
40.
20.
40? When did it get so dark? You're sort of standing in the hallway, like looking out the windows, and it's dark. And it's like, and the doctor's like, didn't they say that the electrical is off? Where's that glow coming from? Boom, 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 boom.
Glow where? On the horizon?
No, it's like the building is now lit dimly, like emergency lighting. That soft red, like that deep.
Ada's still with us, right? Ada, what is that?
No response. Boom.
Look around. She's not there?
Nope. Boom, boom, boom. Alertness rolls. That's a bad roll, Jeff.
Just barely missed it. No.
It reminds you of
drums?
Yeah,
heartbeat?
like bass thumping. Boom, 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 boom. You can also hear like thump, slick, thump, slick. That sound is much closer. It seems to be like in time to the thumping, but not necessarily the same thing as the thumping.
Didn't you guys want to work our way outside?
I'm actually going to work my way back down to the second floor.
Okay.
Yep.
As you sort of head down, you walk past a couple of the classroom doors.
As we start moving, do we get like a different Doppler effect? We can tell we're getting closer or further away.
The thump, slick is very close, and it seems to be as you get closer to it, it's making a thump slick faster. Seems to be like just in a classroom, like off to your left. The greater thumping bass noise is actually you are getting kind of a Doppler effect. You've like walked away from it, but it's still very present. It's like shaking the whole third floor.
Okay, let's go figure out what the one that's close to us is.
It literally appears to be beyond the door.
Yeah, open it up.
I'm grabbing a chair.
Daniel gets to go first. Roll sand, Dan.
Here we go. 53 under 55.
All right, we'll call it 1. I don't know how we'll call it 1. And we need to start, and this is good for me too. We need to start eventually doing the ticks for
helplessness and violence and stuff.
Just so you know, the sand rolls in this game are categorized by like three different categories: violence, helplessness, and unnatural. So anytime I throw something at you, you have to know like what it is, because you become adapted to these things and you take severe penalties, but then you can no longer lose sand towards them. Okay. So like a soldier may be adapted to violence already because of they've seen.
Yeah, you can become adapted to violence and helplessess, but
the one
not
gets
unnatural.
subtracted from the sanity. How do I keep?
It's in the box to the right.
There's a maximum, and then there's a current to your right. So what I would do is I would just take 1 away from your maximum, write that number in your current, and that's where you're at.
Okay.
And then another thing that's really important to remember is that breaking point that's just underneath the number of sanity points that you have.
That's when you lose your. That's your lose your number.
Okay.
Yep.
Which I believe is 10% less or 20% less. I don't remember what it is.
It's exactly the number of your POW.
Yeah.
So
gotcha.
Your POW determines your sanity.
Yeah. Once you hit that breaking point, you take your current sanity minus your POW to recalculate your breaking point.
And it means you've developed some sort of psychosis of some sort that is permanent.
The dark things are coming.
Also, you get your fight. Is it fight, flight, or freeze, or is that just 5 in 1 go? 5 in 1 go.
So you open this door and you see it's like a fucking abattoir in there. Like there are like 6 dudes in like white vests. Fucking blood is all over the goddamn place. And these guys have cleavers, they have knives, and there's just this hunk of just amorphous flesh that they're like cutting. And each time they hit it, it's a big fucking gout of blood, like they went through an artery or something, just shoots all over them, all over their face. And they're like you ever seen a butcher, hit the rib, separate, hit the rib, they're like chopping this shit and sliding it apart. And they're just so intent on what they're doing. There's like 6 of them just fucking wailing on this.
Did you ever watch Frozen? The opening scene where they're cutting out ice? It's kind of like that.
Are they singing?
Do you want to build a snowman?
I'm taking 5 more sanity points away right now.
You can't tell I've got a daughter.
But yeah, no, just going to town on this. And that's the thing. It's thump as the cleaver goes through and it bounces off the table. And then as they take this giant pile of flesh. But I mean, these guys are at like an 8-foot table. And there's, like I said, 4 or 5 of them just wailing on this shit, just sliding it across the tables. If they're trying to masticate it with fucking butchers, with butcher's cleavers. Like they're just dicing it up.
What the hell is going on in here?
One of them looks at you dead in the eye, just eyes wide, and they're like, it won't stop growing. No matter what we do, we can't cut it. It won't stop growing. Fuck. You get another sand roll for that.
I have a feeling you didn't pass that one.
What is that, 50?
Let me see it.
50 at 54? Those are little hard numbers.
Yep.
We'll call it 1, but this is also a natural, so you don't get any fun check marks for this. But like you're seeing these guys cut and slide and cut and slide. What looked like a really sort of frenetic but organized line of butchery. Like the reason why they're cutting and sliding, they're trying to keep it apart. And it keeps going back together.
Giant.
And they're like covered in sweat as they're just working every bit they can to separate this. And so you guys basically see him open up the door. The sound gets louder. He's awash in like red emergency light. And you just see him sit there and get paler and paler as he's like staring in.
Well, nothing to see here.
You're allowed to just close the door if you want. I mean, that's your call.
Welcome to Delta Green.
No, I'm gonna take a few steps in. Who are you guys?
We can't. No matter what we do, we got to stop him. We got to stop him. We can't. We got to stop him. He's and they're just like, they're mantic. They're just fucking frantic. At this point, you are going to look in at some point. So I probably roll a sand roll.
Pass.
Okay. One if you pass. D4 from violence. If you don't.
Yeah.
These guys are just going at it.
The fire didn't stop it?
What fire?
And I motion around the building.
Roll sand, Jeff.
Pass.
Oh, you lucky shit. I'll call it 2. The building is completely intact.
Yeah, that's
You don't see any signs of fire whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, as soon as you said that, I was like, I'm going to look around the building. Are we in the same building we were in a few minutes before?
You are, but it looks fine.
And I look up, and that explains why the lights are on.
The lights aren't actually on. It's just, it's like everything's red. Uncomfortably. Dan will definitely get that. Well, I think Jeff did some theater too. But like, when you do like that just soft overhead fucking, dark ass goddamn gel, like it's just fucking uncomfortable and unnatural, that's the lighting. You do the scene change, it's in deep blue. It's like that, but deep red, and it's uncomfortable and it's weird.
Okay, so I look back outside at the room we just came from.
I'm presuming that this all kind of happened when you were in the hallway, but you can go back and look in another room.
I mean looking back into the hallway.
Correct.
And everything's fine.
Yeah, the floor's solid. There was a hole there a little while ago.
I'm going to pull a quarter out of my pocket and throw it where the hole was.
You see it bounce along the floor and roll to the end of the hallway.
All right. Just checking. Checking.
Your hallucination is good enough that the floor seems solid. Walk on it, Jeff.
Yep.
These guys, if they're not talked to, are just going back to their work. Like I said, this guy's to the point where he's chopped so much you can see his arms just tired.
I want to go back to the room where
sawing.
I want to go back to the room where the fire originated.
Yeah.
And I want to look at the wall and see
like there's a TV plugged into it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go up to the first one and say, "Let me help," and take his minute.
I was
and get him to stop and take a minute and tell me what's happening.
He can't. We gotta at this point he's like literally like pulling it apart with his hands. Keep cutting. We already started. He's gonna eat us.
We're all just around the table. How long has he been? How long have you guys been doing this? What is this thing?
Alertness rolls.
Damn it. No.
I've got 70, and I've rolled 70 something each time.
Can I spend luck? Game.
Something's changed. You're not sure what.
Oh, you mean besides the entire building?
Yeah. No. That's a given.
Is the thumping stopped?
No, but it's different.
A different how?
It's not the same beat.
So we've gone from like hardcore, like thumping bass to a little more like electronica, like EDM
music.
Yeah, maybe.
And then we look outside and everybody's like, the party's going on downstairs. I'm going to go check it out.
Sure.
I'm going to look at this growing mass. Can I kind of determine how long we have before it masticizes?
It's kind of... You already lost sand, so I shouldn't force you to roll again, although I'm tempted to. It's kind of breathing. Like it's flexing, undulating. I mean, it's definitely not a thing. Like, it's not shaped like a thing. It's a total mass. It's like, you ever seen like a side of cow or something? You get a side of beef. It's a massive, like,
have you seen The Thing?
It's like that.
They're not The Thing. What is it? The Blob?
Quick look around the room. Is there anything of use other than these idiots with cleavers?
No, they've literally like commandeered a kid's schoolroom. Like they're doing this at a goddamn table that's for kindergartners. Like, it's brutal. Probably had some crowns laying around. Some safety scissors.
You said they're all in white vests?
Well, they've all got kind of like white aprons on.
Okay.
Very butcher shop.
Right. So who are you guys?
Are you gonna fucking help or not?
I am chopping.
Okay.
I am chopping.
Well, that's a choice. Like, like one of the guys kind of like throws it down and he's like, he's like, God damn it, it was Gra's idea. He said, and he indicates somebody at the head of the thing. He's like, he said this would fucking take care of him and make him go away. It's clearly not working, and now we've broken the rules, and now he's gonna like. Let's see. Hold on a second here. Do I not have one? I guess not. We're just gonna end up like Steve, man.
What happened to Steve?
Ate him
Tonight?
Yeah, tore his damn arm off. Man. Maybe, and he like throws his cleaver down. It's like, maybe if I go talk to him, we'll be fine. Like I'm out of here. And he just sprints out of the room.
I look to the next one. What is this?
It's him.
So who's he going to talk to?
Him. What do you expect, Jeff? You're talking to crazy people.
Yeah.
You're going to allow me to talk to crazy people who died in a fire 3 nights ago.
I know, right?
Do you expect something rational? They're all high. It's not actually flesh.
I'm taking that cleaver he threw down.
I'm going to see where he goes. Does he go up or down?
As you look out, he sprints up the stairs, just screaming the whole time, and just runs up the stairs.
Follow him?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, I kind of want to drag this down to the bar and set it on fire. But,
We're the reason the whole fire starts.
well, that's why I'm going down to the second floor. It's not the same thing,
You snap back to the present. It's like, actually, we believe the fire started on the second floor.
right?
Yeah. I'll follow the guy. I'm going to see where he goes. What floor?
It's hard to tell because it spirals. You just.
I mean, I'm going to follow him until he goes into a hall.
He went into either the 5th or 6th floor. You're not 100% sure.
Okay.
You were just far enough behind. He either went on. You get up there. He either went in this door or in the next door.
Can I make an athletics roll to know for sure?
Probably not. Athletics wouldn't necessarily do it. Athletics would have let you catch him.
What roll can I use?
You do get a lot more thumping in the hall in the stairwell. It's like echoing up.
Gotcha. As though the thumping is not originating from the 3rd floor anymore.
No, or it's just flowing up the stairwell by natural acoustics.
Gotcha.
As he sort of sprints off the two of you.
Are we just going to stand here and chop this thing?
It's a good question. I mean, they're worried about it growing back together, right?
It's obviously the giant.
Yeah. I will chop whatever it is in 2 pieces.
I will
Run. Hand it to him and say run.
What are you handing me?
A chopped off chunk so that it can't grow back together.
I don't know who to roll
You're the
for.
You're the doctor. Maybe you can identify it while you're running.
As you watch literally the 2nd, 3rd rib cage and the 3rd rib cage fuse together in your hands as you're sprinting down the hallway.
What the hell?
Turns into a gremlin. Mogwai, motherfucker. You fed it?
I just wanted to run a hospital, damn it.
What kind of FEMA operation is this bullshit anyway?
So he chops in 2 pieces and hands them to you.
No, I hand one to him.
Oh, sorry. He hands one to you. It's a massive, lumpy, wriggling flesh about the size of a football that's bleeding, probably copiously, uncomfortably copiously. Don't let me continue to describe, because the more I describe, it becomes a sand roll.
Get it out of here and set it on fire.
Is the chunk he handed me trying to grow, or is the chunk he's still cutting on growing?
Yes.
They're both.
Yes. The more questions you ask, the more sand rolls that come.
I'm just throwing it across the room.
He just splat hits the wall, just runs down like the glass window of the
And then
schoolhouse.
starts crawling back up.
This is the dodgeball room.
5th or 6th floor. What do you decide?
I mean, I'm going to look to the 5th floor. Do I see him in the hallway?
You do not.
I'm going to go up to the 6th floor. Do I see him in the hallway?
No, but you do see a naked man running right towards you. She's gonna f***ing kill me! She's gonna kill me!
Close the door in his face.
Roll sand.
No.
We'll call it a D4 plus 1.
No, that's 5. Because it was 100. Oh, wait, no, it's not a crit fail. Only.
No,
Yeah, it
100's
is.
a crit fail.
Oh, is it?
It's doubles.
Perfect. Fight, flight, or freeze!
Flight. Back down to where the guys are.
Perfect.
So what happens then?
So he hit a 5-point break. That's violence, by the way.
Oh, he hit his break. Okay.
Well, not his break, but if you lose 5 in a go, the thing is that the sand is so traumatizing, you basically become instinctual. In the book, I think it describes it as fight or flight. There's a podcast I've listened to a lot that calls it fight, flight, or freeze. So you get a choice of what your autonomic function is, but you lose all narrative control. So he's chosen flee. He can say he's running back down to you guys. I can say he runs off the top of the building because he's trying to get away. Like, it's up to me. So We'll go back to the two of you. Run
away.
100. It's not a nuclear explosion, but it's a good one.
That's in reference to Jeff destroying the entire scenario by...
The only nuclear weapon roll that I've ever had made, Jeff rolled a 100.
Nice.
Yep.
On his birthday, I think, even.
No, that's the way you do it.
No, you killed an Ari on my birthday.
That's true. He lost like 4 characters in like 6 weeks on really shit rolls.
Yeah, I did.
That's an emotional roller coaster.
His son killed one of them, actually. I handed the dice off to his son who was sitting here. He's like just fucking rolling daggers. Like, go for it, kid. So the two of you are playing dodgeball with lumps of flesh.
After tossing the small mass that he handed me, I'm going to focus back on the larger piece. Mm-hmm. Can I see any type of heart or central nervous system or something?
It doesn't even look like... there's not a body here. There's maybe
Just
some
flesh.
bone structure. Yeah, it's like to clearly make it Lovecraftian, it looks, or like Schroeder said, like sci-fi. It's like the Blob. There's blood. There's tissue. It clearly has a nervous system because it's ambulatory, but it's almost more like a slug or something than it is an invertebrate than it is like a mass that you would consider human. It looks more like a tumor than anything. Like there's no substance to it that you would call ambulatory or human even. You know what I mean?
We gotta set it on fire or freeze it.
No, I agree.
All right, I'll go look for something to set it on fire.
Okay.
So you take off. Where are you going?
Down to second floor.
Okay, you go down to second floor. Jeff, what are you doing on third floor? Are you staying with them and chopping like a madman?
Yeah, there's still guys in here.
Oh yeah. No, they're attacking it like motherfuckers.
Okay.
You get the sense that they're terrified.
Then I will let them do their thing. I'm going to walk over to where they think the fire started.
Okay.
I want to see what's there.
You go over there, and I like to imagine that even though it's supposed to be modern day, Mellonbread wrote this year. I like to imagine that it's like the fucking giant ass tube TV on top of a rolling stand that's like ratchet strapped on top with the fucking VCR.
Oh, it's Laserdisc.
It's got a DVD player, but it's hooked up really shittily. Like
Through a VCR?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. With only like one channel of audio. Yeah.
They couldn't get modernized like HDMI cords.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
no,
have
100%.
to you have to red, green, blue into the old VCR, so that way you could yellow, green, or yellow, red, white into the TV.
It's 100% yellow and white. There is no red. There is no stereo.
No, there's a red coming off of the DVD player.
Right, but
it's just hanging
there.
loose.
Yeah. Motherfucker blinking on channel 3.
Yeah.
Time is not set on the VCR. It's just flashing 12.
You know, that's what got me a job working for the University College at IUPUI.
Oh, yeah?
Was they brought us in to show us some of the equipment, and he tried to turn on this. It was the precursor to like FaceTime.
Yeah.
But it was a whole like TV and device that was used across campus.
Yeah.
And he turned it on, and it just went. Bah. I'm like, you got a video plugged into the audio. He stood there for 5 minutes until I said it.
It's one of the things that actually I'd be interested, especially for you and Dan. I've been listening to that Charles Stross Laundry Files first book, and there's a lot of computer technology that I think I'm just young enough not to know. And like they keep mentioning things, and I'm like, this sounds really interesting. I wonder what the fuck it actually looked like. Like, I don't know what a Mimex is. It's apparently a type of computer. It's an old type of computer, but I have no idea what the fuck it is. But that's the problem. It's an audiobook. It's on Audible. So they keep saying a
It's the old
Mimex.
tape drives, isn't it?
I have no idea. But I wouldn't know how to spell it. MEMIX?
MIMEX.
Yeah.
Like,
MIMEX.
I would assume so. But again, it's also a British guy reading it. So do we call it a Mamix? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But like, they're talking about some of the security systems of this ancient thing. And it's just fascinating to me. Since we're asking computer stuff, do you know what a Mimex is, Daniel?
Mimics?
Yeah. Okay. It's apparently an antique
No, it's
type.
MEMEX.
It's apparently an antique type of computer that's in the laundry files of the audio.
It's a meme X.
MEMX is a hypothetical electromechanical device for interacting with microform documents described in Vannevar Bush's 1945 article, As We May Think.
We're talking punch cards then.
So, like, if you're talking the laundry files, one of the guys uses a MEMX.
Okay.
Like, it's like theoretical mathematics and computer science and Alan Turing, and it's like some of that stuff, they just start to talk, and I just go, I need to pay attention to traffic. Like, I'm like, I get it. I'm not stupid, but
Yeah.
Punch cards is more IBM.
you run down the stairs. Auditorium doors are open. Do you still have flesh in your hand? Or are you just running
No, I threw it in there.
All right, I'm just making sure. So you run down the stairs. You can tell that the thump is clearly music. You fucking, I don't know, Macarena, Gangnam Style, something really like, yeah, absolutely. It's, Journey. I don't give a shit. Whatever you want to plug in there. Playing in the auditorium, you can see that the bar is also open. Those are your sort of your two options unless you're going to run downstairs.
Head to the bar.
If we're talking about bass, let's go with Black Sabbath's War Pigs.
Make me
That's the perfect dum dum.
Make me an alertness roll.
God, I suck at Have the alertness of a sloth. What is it? 60? 60? No.
You run into the bar. You see a woman behind the bar, pouring a double from a bottle that is relatively empty. She just stares at you and shoots it, and you see her start to pour another double.
I need the strongest alcohol you got and a lighter.
You see her. She's got a name tag that says Katie. Mm-hmm. She sets it on the table. There you go.
Rumplemans?
Do you have a light?
She sets down the lighter.
Take it away.
Do I know you? I say if you run away, you can run away. But she's sort of, you can tell she's in that drunk phase where like everything's happening at like a 30-second delay. So she tries to have conversation as you probably trying to exit.
No, you don't. Goodbye.
I'm gonna make a roll. Call it over or under. We'll let you call your own fate.
Under?
Okay.
Since you're always rolling the over, might as well call the under, eh?
We'll roll my player killing die. You called the under?
Yeah.
You run out. You've got a bottle of like Everclear with the little pour thing in the top. You got a lighter in the other hand, and you look straight ahead. Sand roll.
No.
Okay. Let me see if mellonbread gave me something. I don't think he did. I'm gonna call it a D6.
It's a hell of an introduction to Delta Green, I gotta say.
No. Like I was very pleased with this one. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 5.
Okay. You look up and you see like a 10, 11 foot golden haired 12-pack Adonis like sitting on like the auditorium.
It's the Ubermensch.
He's got like he's got a pitcher of something. Beer, maybe whiskey. He's holding it with just a couple fingers because he's fucking massive. He's, for lack of a better term, he's got a blonde woman sitting on his lap on the other knee, and he's fondling her with a finger. And he looks right at you and says, "Welcome to the party. Fight, flight, or freeze, Daniel."
I don't think I'm going to fight because I really don't want to fight that. I'm trying to get back upstairs, so I'm guessing flee.
Okay.
That'll be my first response.
You feel a hand on your shoulder. Hey, are you okay?
I turn around.
You're sitting. Your ass is cold. You feel your hands are up, like you're holding something, but there's no weight. And you look at, you sort of look up into the face of Gemma, the EMT, who's smoking, staring down, looking at you. You look bud. You all right?
I look down. Do I still have my FEMA identification?
Yeah.
Is he covered in gore?
Let him ask the question.
Sorry.
Let he who cast the stone figure out his own sand rolls.
Have we talked before?
The
You and I. Have we talked before?
Yeah, like 30 minutes ago. God, you federal ass. You're just covering the shit up anyway, aren't you? Damn conspiracy theory bullshit.
I'm gonna do a self check. Do I still have the alcohol and the lighter, or
Would you like to make another sand roll? No, you do not. Welcome to Delta Green, Daniel. And a shotgun scenario. So my goal is to just drop that sand down as fast as we can.
He's just going to nuke us the whole way.
Yeah. No, 100%. He's getting the sense of a shotgun scenario at this point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I must have lost track.
The dice are over there that you need.
No.
We'll call it a D3.
Okay. D3.
D6 divided by 2.
5.
So
Nope,
3.
That's 6. 3.
Yep. So you're sitting there kind of going, when all of a sudden, Jeff, what's your character's name? Bonaparte?
Bondurant.
You see Bondurant, the soldier, come rushing down the stairs in like a complete panic, and he just stops like 20 feet from you. You see the EMT like... You all right, bud? Fuck.
Okay.
She stubs it out in the wall and begins to light another one.
You mind if I bum one of those?
She hands you one.
Okay. And they'll pull out a lighter and be like, hey, how much time have you spent in there?
In where?
In the building.
I mean, I've been clearing bodies out of this for like 3 damn days.
And you didn't see anything weird.
Besides the bodies.
Besides the bodies.
And the burnout building.
And the burned out building.
You do know there's a 10-foot skeleton in the
That's a
auditorium.
dead body, yes. Besides that.
That's pretty weird.
I understand that. I'm asking about anything else.
Federal assholes. What are you hiding for Biden?
You know,
Fucking Pelosi's in on this.
you know,
Classified documents.
Timely. It doesn't work because we don't release any time. But you know, yeah.
Oh, God.
Fucking you was right.
Okay, so we're supposed to be covering up what exactly?
It's a great question. You're investigating.
No, I'm asking her. What do you think we're covering up?
Like that fucking body. Like clearly there's fucking giants living in damn Canada or whatever, and Biden's so far up that liberal asshole's ass that you're just fucking covering up this shit, and the American people with their tax stuff, and she just go off like fucking just whatever sort of bullshit that you would expect on, you know, yeah. No.
Okay.
Buy my water. You know, that guy. Yeah, 100%. Alex Jones, conspiracy.
the frogs are gay.
The Alaskan giants are making frogs gay. She rants for a moment, at which point I think that you, much like you are right now, are just in shock of what to say. You begin to hear screaming in the stairwell above you.
Okay. I'll head back that way.
Yeah, I'm just going with him.
You
I
find
stand there and listen to her for a minute and then just like turn around and walk.
crisis actors. You're all crisis actors, she screams as you go upstairs.
The globalists, they want all these giants. They want them on their NFL teams. They're trying to get them back down to the States. First thing they're going to do is infiltrate Alaska. Next, we fly them down to Seattle. Then they can play for the Seahawks.
It's a Chinese plot. They're giving them drugs to make them huge and gay. You run up the stairs and find Pamela in the fetal position, crying, rocking back and forth, screaming, I killed him, I killed him, I killed him.
You are Pamela, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You killed who?
I also fled, so I don't know.
You didn't make it
Fled?
that far.
I don't know. Who'd I kill? The naked guy? He burst out the door and I...
No. You closed the door on him like you wanted to. You then heard the lovely sucking wounds of multiple stabs in his back as you did so.
Gotcha.
Sort of indicates a burned out hallway.
It's a naked Marilyn Manson. MK Ultra.
And another thing.
Acid.
Buy my water.
Okay, so we need to check around those upper floors, right?
Yeah, the dude
Okay.
wanted to go up there to talk to
Cool.
whoever the boss man was.
Let's go.
What floor would you like to go to?
6.
The nude guy was on 6.
The guy you killed?
The guy that I killed by closing the door.
Okay.
You go to level 6.
Yeah.
Lots of water damage.
Where's Ada? Just gone.
I don't know.
We don't see her as we're walking back up.
No. Mm-mm.
And we didn't see her outside.
No. You could look specifically if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I'm in the building.
Yeah. You go up to 6. 6 has some damage, some heavy water damage. The floor appears solid. The walls are sort of very smoky. They're very blackened, but they're not damaged. 6 is relatively intact.
Do we see a blood pool on the other side of the door with like dinks into the wood?
Forensics.
I don't even have it.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's the only one that's got it.
And I've got a 20. So
I mean, I would look for sure.
You look, but it's hard to say. Those are clearly probably people digging furniture coming in and out, right? That's not a knife. Yeah. That couldn't have happened.
I'm okay with not taking the sand loss.
Oh, don't you worry.
I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth. That's all I'm saying.
all right, let's check out the 6th floor.
Did you talk to the cop downstairs earlier? I saw you.
Yeah.
We got access to long guns if we need them.
There's one.
What about shotguns since we're in close range?
That's the long gun that is available.
There was a rifle in the trunk and a long gun in the
That's right. Yeah.
okay, or in a shotgun in the top of the building. Okay.
Yep.
Top of the car. Okay. Cool. I just want to establish that I know that there's knowledge of guns that we have access to.
100%.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
You both are fully aware of the time lapse thing happening, correct? Okay.
And you
Daniel's like, in character, would you guys like to lose some more sand? Because you lost the sand that I lost, right?
so like we're all explaining what happened to each of us, to everybody, right?
Yeah.
So we know that you couldn't bring stuff back with you.
No.
Doesn't mean we can't go with shit. Did we look at ourselves to see if we had female outfits on when we were there?
No.
Well, let's not, if it happens again.
Pre-planning for the next up thing that happens.
I'm going to pick up a rock.
Sure.
Put it in my pocket.
All right. You have a rock in your pocket?
Okay.
Do I see any yellow signs on the wall?
There are probably various signs, yeah.
Okay, 6th floor.
Stuck in.
Yeah, I mean, it's apartments, so I mean, there are probably 10 or 12 on this floor, 5 or 6 on each side.
We're checking
6
them
of
out.
1, 6 of 2. You start opening them up, some of them are locked.
Are there any doors
Others
that are
have
already
been forced.
open?
There are probably a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
If it's locked, I'll do my damnedest to get through it.
Oh, I mean, you seem like a strong dude, I imagine. Yeah, you can kick the door. It's
Yeah.
really
Back heave.
You're actually strong too, right? You're sturdy.
I am beefy.
Sturdy.
No, you guys can kick some doors. I mean, it's apartments. You see people's things. You see, home decor. Most of these are like 3-room apartments. They're not anything fancy, sort of bathroom, bedroom, small living room, kitchen space, like nothing fancy.
So he was running upstairs to say he was going to go talk to it.
Yeah, to him.
Maybe he would understand. Referring to the giant?
No, referring to whoever released the blob of flesh, because they broke the rules, and what was happening is because they broke the rules, and they were doing what they were doing so they wouldn't be eaten because they broke the rules.
You still got that camera?
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Were you still toting it around?
Ooh.
What role to know if I was toting it around or not?
I'm going to say undecided. He doesn't know for sure. He presumes so, but he doesn't know.
I look at the pictures on the camera.
The pictures are the same that you saw before.
Right, but I mean, when we were in 3 days ago, he still had the camera on him, right?
He does. I would say he didn't say anything, so you don't know that.
Okay.
If you would like to take a picture of the past from the future to wibbly wobbly the timey wimey, I'll give you that opportunity when you think of it,
Okay.
but not right now.
Cool.
Yes, Jeff. Break the space-time continuum and decide what the sand
working
loss
on
could
it.
be.
I have already nuked Russia. I am gonna everything else.
What if you got with everything above like the 65th parallel, like northern Arctic?
If it's cold, blow it up.
I really do want to run that Antarctic expedition game at some point, so Jeff can just nuke the South Pole as well.
It's just a recreation of the thing.
Kind of.
Oh man. Okay, so nothing sanity roll inducing in the 6th floor.
No, not at all.
Cool. Go back down to the 5th.
The 5th floor has more apartments. You do see pretty extreme damage. Some weak spots in the floor, water damage throughout.
Anything that points us to the big boss's room.
Not particularly. Are you checking the apartments on this floor?
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah.
Are you moving as a group or individually?
We're together, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming as a group.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume the last thing we want is to be separated again.
Yeah. So
I like it.
So when we were doing this, when we were in the school, what did we do? What did we do that made that happen?
You looked outside.
And it started getting darker.
No, it didn't start.
We transitioned and it was darker. It was in the middle of the night.
Was the weather moving in?
We saw snow on the wind. Whether or not what you were seeing was from 3 days ago,
Yeah.
or for the same night, we don't. Or the same day,
I don't
we
know.
Well, look outside. Is there snow? How dark is it?
I mean, it's pretty dark. I mean,
So we're
Like-
dark in both places now.
yeah, no, I mean, you knew that there were less than 6 hours of sunlight at this time of the year. So
Right.
it's
But it wasn't dark when we went in.
no.
And you only described us being gone because of
A
the
half an
EMT for
hour.
a half an hour.
Yeah, no, it's still morning sun, but it's definitely dimmer than what you would expect. I mean, that's the hard part, is that I don't know where all your characters are from, but you're used to 8 to 10 hours of sunlight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
here it's less than 6, so it's like time is progressing very quickly for you.
Yeah, no, I
So
get
30 minutes feels like 2 hours of sunlight because it kind of is. You know what I mean?
I recognize that.
Okay.
But like we went from being there's some sunlight to dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Because that's how
Made
you
it
describe
like a transition. Yes,
Yeah.
it
So
went.
it's
It
like-
went to night.
So I'm glancing outside like, is it dark?
No, but it does feel like what would be on your watches 30 or 40 minutes feels like 2+ hours.
What time did we get here?
Sunrise would have been like 10. You're kind of jet lagged from a red eye flight. You probably got there, like I said, maybe 10ish.
Okay.
So maybe it might be 11 o'clock, 11:30 at most. But it
So we
feels
would
like 2 hours of
project
sunlight.
bare minimum 3 hours more of
Yeah.
dim sunlight.
Correct.
At most 4.5. Okay.
Correct. Thoughts on what you want to do? Alertness rolls. You were on the 5th floor, right?
Yeah. Pass.
Nope.
Nope.
41 under 70.
One of the apartments has it's as if the furniture has been moved back to create an open space. And there is a wooden chair sitting in the middle of that open space that has been tipped over. It's very weird.
It's like someone would be holding court in the middle of the room.
Maybe doing a stand-up set, putting it's just like as if the lazy boy and the sofa have been pushed back to give prominence in the middle of the 10 by 10, 12 by 12 space.
Criminology or bureaucracy role, maybe?
For what are you thinking?
Recognition of like patterns of
What's your criminology percentage?
40.
I mean, maybe.
Like, is this a crime boss sitting in the middle of the room talking to goons?
Maybe.
Or is this somebody tied to the chair and everything moved away so they can't reach it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's it also.
Yeah, I don't see you can argue a role or an
Okay.
ability use there. It's a chair in the middle of the room. It's a
So
weird chair in the
there's
middle
there's no broken ropes or anything.
of the room. I mean, still fire damage and water damage and
Okay.
That wouldn't fall under a human intelligence role, would it?
not easily, no.
Okay.
Not unless you can justify it to me in a way that I'm not thinking.
I don't think the answers are
Or a search
Here.
role.
like in this time.
Do you really want to go back?
I don't think we're gonna have a choice. Did you want to go the first time?
Do you want to build us?
I mean, we don't know how this thing works. Maybe we get stuck there if we are like actually wanting to go to that place. Do you want to go to that place?
Well, I mean, we're not finding any solutions or answers here.
Well, we've still got.
Why
still
let a
got the-
rapist get murdered? That's what my interpretation of that crazy naked guy running at me would be.
We've still got the 4th floor that we haven't looked at. We still have the command tent outside that we haven't talked to. Anything else you guys can think of that we haven't done yet?
I mean, there's plenty of other floors we haven't touched, even though.
Yeah, we got the 7th through the 10th floor and the 4th.
I say we go talk to the people outside we haven't talked to yet.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, you can go outside.
Are you wanting to let the other gun in the scenario know that we're seeing crazy shit?
Nope.
I was making sure that was your answer.
Not even a little bit.
Cool.
Yeah, you can go outside. You can go to the command tent.
There's just got to be other information that we're missing on this end rather than all
He was
back there.
at the party. There
Who
has
was?
to be the giant.
Right.
After looking through the building, would I have noticed any kind of like surveillance?
No.
But from what you're describing, the dude sitting in that chair didn't have a chunk of himself cut off.
No,
No, that dude was in the
that
stairwell.
chunk was being hacked on upstairs where you were.
Right. But then where did that chunk of something come from?
Well, and you, after throwing the chunk, you ran into the giant in the stairwell anyway, right?
He was downstairs in the party.
Oh, it was the party when
he was in the auditorium.
Gotcha. The location of where he was fondling the woman, I assumed, was in the stairs.
No, it's where he was found.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Yeah. So then I have no idea what the hell that thing was.
Or what's upstairs.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
If I know.
I'm going to head to the tent that we haven't been in.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ask him if they found a naked guy with a bunch of stabs in his back.
You see somebody in a trooper's uniform, and it's like, I swear to God, I don't care what time of fucking night it is. I want the divers in the bay right damn now. Don't make me call back. And he hangs up the phone. Swear to Christ. You can see you can see a couple of like computers and a couple of like, fold up tables and a couple of folding chairs, some flashlights, some equipment, and he's kind of, he clearly doesn't notice you've come in, and he kind of kicks at one of the tables and starts swearing.
Did we ever find Ada?
No.
Okay. On the way to that tent, I would
Actively look for Ada.
actively be looking for Ada, yes.
You didn't see her.
I'm sorry, who are you?
He whirls around. It's Sheriff McDermott.
Sheriff, we seem to lost our fire inspector. You haven't seen her, have you?
She was out walking around the perimeter a little while ago, I think. Sorry, I've been business. What can I do for you?
Were you familiar with any of the residents of this place before the disaster?
Tangentially.
Who?
I'm sort of I'm sheriff over this area, over this county. I don't know what applies.
So you didn't know any of the people here personally?
A few, yeah, but not closely related.
Okay.
So you're not stationed here as a part of the police.
No.
Okay.
There was a police chief here that lived here.
Okay. And what happened to him?
He was recovered from the fire.
He was recovered or is recovering from?
Recovered.
Okay.
You know what floor he lived on?
Not personally, no.
You know which floor he was recovered from?
Second floor, I believe. Auditorium.
Is there anybody from the residents available for questioning?
Not anywhere close.
Okay.
We were actually, I was actually interested in talking to a Katie, what's her name?
I don't think we got the last
works at the bar.
I think I gave her last name.
Yeah, I think so.
She's in Anchorage, I think, recovering.
Okay.
Sorry, there's a lot of people moving on in here, and we've got active investigation. We could figure it out if you really want, but I might have to call the station.
Right. So what can we do to make your job easier here?
Do whatever the fuck you're doing and get out of here.
Chief owned any long guns, and were any recovered from the building? There's a lot of gunfire that went through multiple walls in there.
It's not been a priority. I'm sure we'll recover damaged weapons at some point. I'm sure they're somewhere in there.
But based on what we saw in there, especially the second floor, where the majority of the gunfire we saw when we went through, where there weren't any weapons recovered whatsoever.
He seems incredibly distracted. He's like, there's probably some. Talk to Marty. I think he can call the station for you.
Is that the other?
Is that Officer Parker?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go talk to him.
Seemed pretty distracted. Obviously, it's a pretty big deal. What's going on? Anything else going on?
It's a active crime scene, and we've got like 50 dead people. Like, yes, it's a little busy right now. I only got a few more hours of light. We've been working this for 3 days. Yeah, a lot going on. Last thing I need is FEMA up my ass.
Might be a little less up your ass if you were a little bit more helpful. I mean, I would assume as an officer when there's gunshots fired, obviously there's a fire inspector handles that. You'd be investigating the gunshots a little more.
Thank you for your advice.
I mean, if you want more, just let me know.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, dickhead.
I'm going to go talk to the other cop again.
Yeah, you can talk to. How's it going, soldier?
It's going. What do you know about the weapons that were recovered from the scene?
There haven't been too many. A couple of handguns, a couple of guns that they shouldn't have, a couple of rifles, but...
Did you see anything that would have made those holes?
A little hard to tell with the fire damage, but yeah, probably one or two. I just don't think it's enough. We've not recovered enough guns.
I wondered, because I mean, in and around that big-ass pile of bones in there,
yeah,
something had to bring it down.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
what that is.
I don't either. But I don't see any sign of slugs left behind in the body or anything like that.
I don't know. Maybe it's a fucking hoax. I don't know. I'm just making sure that there aren't any shooters. Doc?
It seems like everybody in this place has read the book of The Art of Not Giving a F***. So.
It was a good book.
I mean, it's Alaska, and the federal government is intruding. I feel like that's probably a fair assessment. If they were helpful, it wouldn't be Delta Green.
After I leave the tent, I want to look at the exterior of the building to see if there's any gunshots whatsoever.
Not that you can tell. Nothing obvious. You do see Ada running up.
I would talk to her.
Finish your investigation, or is there any more you'd like to do?
No, I'd like to have a chat with you real quick, because you kind of disappeared on us while we were in there. I'm just wondering...
You said you were going to look around, and you didn't need me anymore.
No, we kind of turned around and you were gone.
Sorry, that was the impression I got anyway. I refuse to rationalize your thoughts about what happened, Jeff.
Didn't happen to run out of the building to a party, did you?
What?
I didn't think so.
Okay,
Are you from here originally, Ada?
Not from Bear Claw, no.
Where are you from?
Seattle.
What made you come up to Alaska, and how long ago did you come up?
About 15 years ago. Seemed like an exciting adventure for a young person.
It's an odd way to put it. You're making it up as you go. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Have you inspected? I couldn't remember if we asked this earlier. Did you personally inspect floors, 6 or higher?
Yeah. No, we inspect all floors as part of the process.
Noticed some doors were locked. Did you not look into those?
Most of the damage was not strictly necessary to investigate those. I'm pretty sure PD went in and checked some of them. I don't know if some of them locked behind or if they locked them afterwards to protect individuals' valuables. I'm not sure.
Are we sure we got all the bodies out of the building since there are doors locked up there?
Yeah, no, there's been a full sweep.
By who?
By the coroner and police and fire and EMTs.
But I didn't notice any damage to the doors. Did they have keys to those rooms?
I don't know, honestly.
Sounds obvious, insanely unthorough.
The Alaskan Police Department in the middle of bump nowhere? Shocking.
You're not worried there's bears or moose behind them doors?
Surprise bear!
So I can't figure out if they are intentionally being unhelpful, just stupidly being unhelpful, or if Grady is just being unhelpful.
Or if it's a shotgun scenario and he doesn't have anything to give us.
I find it hard to believe that this 10, 12-foot person was at this party, this guy.
And not everybody
Nobody
in the state of Alaska knows who that guy is.
If he's a real person.
Yeah.
Guy would be on like the front page of the paper in like 3 counties.
When he gets back, I'm going to Google the tallest person alive and be like, so we've got a guy who's 3 feet taller than the tallest person in recorded history, and nobody knows who the this person is in the middle of nowhere. It's the closest thing they have to a circus. What are we doing? What's his name?
And what's the disconnect? What are we missing between that guy that I saw at the party and what the hell was growing up on the 3rd floor?
I have a feeling that guy is a fucking red herring, to where we're going to focus on that guy and it's something entirely different the entire time.